Hello, YouTube. I'm Vince White. I'm an employment attorney, and I'm making an extra video today. Extra video. You already had a video, went up at 6:30 a.m. I wanna go work in my garden. You can tell I'm a little shiny, a little sweaty. I was already doing that a little bit, but I decided to come in and try to make this video. And this is probably my fifth crack at making this video. I'm talking about the U.S. Supreme Court overturning Roe v. Wade, meaning that in certain states and certain jurisdictions, abortion rights can be limited by local law. Access to abortions in different situations can be limited by state and local law. And I'm not the attorney to give you the legal analysis on how this decision was reached. I highly recommend, if you want that, consider going to the Legal Bites channel. I mentioned them on this channel a while back. She is a very talented legal analyst, and I think that her analysis will be quite good on this topic as to how this decision was reached. Rather, I'll say this. I was once asked to see myself out with a constitutional law lecture in law school because I expressed the strongly held belief that the U.S. Supreme Court does not have well-reasoned decisions. Rather, they do what they want to do and work backwards and create legal fiction to support whatever it is their goal is, their desired result, their desired outcome. They're just backfilling words on a page to get to where they want to be. That is my opinion of the U.S. Supreme Court. And so you can see that my thoughts as to legal reasoning here would probably not have that much value if you believe in the concepts of legal writing and precedent and legal reasoning. But what I will say is I'm an employment attorney, and I'm not going to talk about the logic of the decision, but I am going to touch on the impact a little bit. Because every single day of my career, I litigate equal pay for protected classes. So that would include women, equal pay for women for equal work, right? And equality in the workplace, representation in the workplace. These are the things that I've dedicated my career to litigating. And right now, someone's saying two things. There's two people out there right now. One saying, you can't say women. It's not just women. Okay, we can have that conversation, but we're not going to have it right now. Somebody else is saying, oh yeah, big white guy here to save us from poor representation. To which I would say you have a point. You have a point there. It would be better to have more representation in my field, and I've made a number of videos about that. But I'm here now, and I'm what you got. So come on over. We could use your help, right? Here's the issue. Do you remember being 14? We're going to go through a couple of these examples. This is not only one. And you're going to, oh, you're trying to make tearjerker examples. Maybe a little bit. But maybe it's only a tearjerker because I'm trying to get you to remember the realities of life and how they were for you even, right? Do you remember being 14? Gotta tell you, little Vince at 14, not so bright. Dumber than an ill-intentioned pile of rocks. Yeah. Really, yeah. Being 14 is hard. Decision-making this side of 28, not great. Humans are not good at it. And that's going to lead to decisions. Sometimes those decisions will lead us to a zygote, a fetus in someone's tummy. And that's going to change that individual's entire life if they don't have access to abortion. Their education will become altered. If they're able to obtain the same level of education they might have otherwise, it will be through great pains and extreme struggle. Not easy. Not easy going to school with a kid. Not easy at all. But let's move forward. Why stay 14? Because a couple years down the road, you're an adult. You're 18 now. And you have a constitutional right to engage in intimacy with other consenting adults, which most humans do. And occasionally, that results in, oh, you guessed it, a zygote, a fetus, a baby, whatever you want to call it. I'm not going to engage in this debate. Whatever vocab term you want to use for a pack of cells that'll eventually be human. And that happens. That happens, right? You think you did everything right, or even you don't. Occasionally, zygote. Well, that's problematic. It's going to change lives, because sometimes that wasn't intentional, and sometimes that's not what you want. And what if that person is the leading mind, advancing the field of nuclear fusion? One step beyond nuclear power, right? The future, the solution to humanity's power crisis. How are we gonna power the world without creating climate change? This person's got the solution. She just can't work on it right now because she's having a baby, and she doesn't want to, but she's living in a state where she doesn't have a choice. What about all the women who are going to have their careers put on pause because they have to have babies, because they live in a place where they don't have access to abortion? Without even getting into all the people, we're going to have a child they don't want, and when you don't want a child, maybe you don't do the best job raising that child. Maybe when you're forced in to having a child, things don't go as great as when you have a child that you want to have. What about all the women who have babies and they have to leave early because daycare doesn't go as late as they want, or they can't afford the daycare they need? All those, their careers are going to be changed. Their career paths will be altered. Their ability to get promotions and raises will be negatively impacted by the fact that someone took a choice out of their hands. And it's the government making a decision about a human individual's body. That's terrifying. Why would we give a group of people, the government, that are not especially clever human beings, why would we give them the power over the human body? I don't get it. I don't get it at all. Why? I mean, these are people like, they couldn't get a real job, so they went to work for the government. They became a politician. And now they can make decisions about your body.